Hello and welcome to today's video. This time we're going to be having a look through another batch of vintage Star Wars items from my collection. These are all sort of back to school related items, stationery, lunch boxes, pencil tops, that sort of thing. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look. Okay then, so all the items that you're about to see today will be available for sale once this video goes live. First pick will go to my Patreon and channel members, plus anybody who's actually bought anything off me in the past. So they always get access to these videos a few days early. So if you're not already supporting the channel that way, do please follow the links to Patreon or in the YouTube channel memberships underneath. Now we'll start off with some Letraset items. So these all date from 1977, 1978. And we've got the A4 ring binder here, which is actually quite an impressive bit of kit. As you can see, it is enormous. Certainly just about fits in picture here. A really nice space seam. A little bit of wear. I've had a couple of these through my hands. Yeah, a little bit of wear. It's not like sitting completely flat, but all my prices on these are very much reflecting on the condition that these are in. But yeah, it's quite a scarce little item, that one, and doesn't really turn up that often. This is usually super rusted. So yeah, so that's the A4 ring binder. Next we got R2D2's memory bank there, and this is just basically a notebook. As far as I can see, there's no pages being removed. It is a bit creased up though, some creases there on the front and back cover. Who remembers that, eh? With your times table on there. Now all the prices, if you're interested in any of this, all the prices are in the description down below. And most of what was put up last time has now gone, but there's a few bits and pieces left, so do check out that original video if you for the bubble baths and things like that, because there might be something in there that you fancy. And I'm always open to doing offers if you buy a job lot. So if you're going to buy a fair bit, I don't mind giving a little bit of discount there. Next we've got the Princess Leia Rebel Jotter. Now this says 50 sheets. Now I've not counted them all, but my suspicion is that there's a couple have been taken off there. But the actual pad itself is absolutely fine. You'd never know that there was a few missing there. So that's quite a nice one. Next we've got Chewbacca's Space Notes. Let's get a couple of tiny little spine creases. Nothing too much to worry about. A little bit of rusting at the staples, but generally a very, very nice one. This really nice line, this. I absolutely love them. And then this tiny little thing, the Stormtrooper Manual. This one, as far as I can see, is absolutely mint. It's an absolute minter, that one. Nice and tight. As good as you're ever going to get. So that's from that little line. And then we've also got these, which is still Letraset. It's Star Wars envelopes. Now, they come with the belly band. There's the full range on the back there. A bit of staining from the glue there. Now, you've got 11 envelopes in total with the band, then actually an actual used one, believe it or not, one that's actually been used that I got sent. So in 18th of December 1988, there you go. So I thought I'd include that as well. So that's also quite a nice little set. All the rest of them are of course unused. So that is some rather nice Letraset items. That's one of the real classic early Star Wars licensees, those, and I really do like them. Obviously, UK only. Next, we go on to the American ones, which is Butterfly Originals. Now, I've got 3 of these. I was never a massive fan of them, but as you can imagine, when you collected Star Wars a long time, bits like this just sort of come your way, and I certainly had these 3, which came my way. So we've got this figural eraser for Darth Vader. Now this one is the worst of the 3, the bubbles yellowed. These are not particularly rare, but someone might want that just to have to take it off the bubble possibly and display it loose, because it is a bit on the rough side, that one, but super cheap. We've got the colour glue there, which isn't bad. It's like a dabbing glue thing, which is quite nice. Then this is perhaps the most desirable of the 3 items. A little bit of bubble yellowing again, as is usual on these things, but still quite a nice one with the 3 sort of shaped erasers on there. So those are American ones, all released for Return of the Jedi in 1983. Okay, so now we go on to my run of HCF Stationery. Now this was all released in the UK only between 82 and 83, and we'll start off with the highly popular pencil top. So we've got an original shop display box here. Now it's not bad, but it has got that little tear there, just there, but that it would have been sort of displayed a bit like that, and then that would have been full of pencil tops. But apart from that, it's actually in lovely condition, that one. I know, you know, about 5 years ago there was a bit of a warehouse find of these. Mine actually came from a dealer in the 80s who once again had a bit of a warehouse find and was selling all of this stuff wholesale right into the early 90s. So I've got the box top, which is going to be the box for the pencil tops, which is going to be sold as a separate entity. So if you've already got the box tops, you could buy that just on its own. And then these ones here, now these are absolutely all immaculate, very, very nice ones. Even the tougher to find R2D2 is in particularly much better than usual sort of condition there. You see the Yoda's nice and sharp. That's another one which is notoriously in quite difficult to find in nice nick. You can see these other ones, they've never been popped on. Now some were remaindered. Some of these are much harder to find than others, and I believe there's actually 12 in the set, not the 10 that I've got when I did a bit of research on these, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I'm going to offer those 10 in one lot, so that's my set of 10, and the box top will be also offered individually. All right, so that'll be, if you just need the box, potentially you could have that on its own. This odd one here, I'm just showing this now because this was kept in with my pencil tops. Now this is a pendant. It is vintage, but it may be of interest to somebody. I believe this was on a chain that you actually wore around your neck. Now it hasn't got the chain anymore, and this came from Japan, and this is very late 1970s. Super scarce. I just yeah, it's got a Lucasfilm 77 sort of copyright embossed onto it there. I'm not sure if I can focus, but you might be able to see that. It's like cast metal, so pretty scarce, I would suspect. But I don't want much for this one, so just have a look in the descriptions down below, and you'll see all of this stuff, which is very much priced to sell. Now we go on to the more of the HCF stuff. So we've got a set of 4 mini notebooks. Now these are in hardback, and as you can see, they've got a bit of like edge staining, storage like wear. Some have, some are worse than others. It's just like a little bit on the edge there. Nothing too serious, but worth noting. That's keeping them from being absolutely mint. But we've got to bear in mind this stuff is 40 years old now. But those mini notebooks, that's the full set of 4 of those. All right. In hardback, I think they're really nice, particularly the Boba Fett. Then we got the mini memos. These are 6 of these. These are absolutely fine. There's no markings on these at all. Obviously unused, so they've not been used for any doodles or anything. Once again, a particularly nice set. Those, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'll sell those as the set of 6, the full set of 6 on them. Probably the best way to do these. We've got a couple more hardbacks. These are bigger now. The Star Logs. Don't see these so often in actual fact. Yeah, these are slightly more unusual. They're hardback books again. And absolutely fine. Maybe a little bit of foxing along the top edges there from storage. But apart from that, they're nice. They're going to be sold as a pair. Okay. Then we've got the classic, the old perfumed record erasers. So there's 4 different. That's how they came, and they've got different colours. Like that, looking like a record. Not playable, of course. But that's the 4 that got released. Once again, they'll be sold as the 4. So as a set of 4. Don't really want to split those up. They're brand new, sealed. Those straight from the case. And then we got the small perfumed erasers. Now, this is from the year before, which was 1982. So I've just got the Leia on that one, which is absolutely fine. These are all mint unused. Okay. So that's the fairly scarce Leia one. And then the following year for 83, we had Return of the Jedi, of which I've got 6. And what we'll do, the Leia on its own will be sold on its own, and the set of the 6 Jedi ones will be sold as the set of 6, because there they all are. All right, so that is those there, and then one last piece for HCF, which is this, which is the box for the pencils. So this is a pencil set. It came with 12 rather generic Star Wars pencils inside. I have got the pencils somewhere, but I don't know where they actually are. But this is the empty box for them, which is in particularly nice condition. That, once again, someone might fancy just having the box on its own. Beautiful graphics on it. So that is all my HCF memorabilia, which is actually loads of it, isn't there? Now, the last 3 items are lunch boxes, and I'm a real fan of these. I absolutely love lunch boxes. In Britain, we never used to get, really, very rarely, the metal ones. We would always have plastic ones, and that's what we've got here. All 3 that I've got were released by Thermos. This is the earliest. It's 1977. It's the plastic one with original Star Wars scenes. I particularly like the Jew back there. Now, I've not got a Thermos flask with this one. Canadian Thermos Products Limited, but Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. So it looks like this is a Canadian version of this. Now, the actual thermos would have gone in there. As I said, I've not got that, but it's still quite a nice one. It's not in, I wouldn't say it's in 10 out of 10 condition, but it's not bad. So make of that what you will. Dated 1977. That's just like a sticker that's on there, but very, very nice. I really, really like these sorts of items. So that's the first thermos. Quite scarce, that one. Now, this one seems to be fairly common. I've seen a few that have sold, and this one looks to be around the time of The Empire Strikes Back, because it's obviously a Hoth scene. It's actually dated 1982. It's a Thermos Roughneck Lunch Kit. This is, once again, it's a sticker that's been put on the front. On the back there, in multiple languages, definitely says Made in England. Thermos there, Made in England, by the Thermos Limited. By Thermos Limited in Brentford, Essex. This one does have its thermos flask. So there we are inside. The thermos on this one is particularly nice condition. Still, you can see, really, it's never really been used, because that would be off, definitely, if this had been used. And the graphics on the front there are particularly sharp. So, real nice item there. I particularly like that one. I think if you collecting items which are slightly more unusual for display, I think that you do well with that one. Then the final one today is, well, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is a Wicket the Ewok lunchbox. Now, this is the same sort of thing. It's a roughneck thermos again, and released in Made in England by Thermos in Brentford, Essex. It's got snakes and ladders on the back in the light blue. And you'll notice this one, once again, hasn't really been used. It's also been signed by Warwick Davis. So Warwick Davis, I think it was 1996, possibly, maybe 1998, when he came to Plymouth and did a signing at the Ballard Centre. That's when this particular piece was signed. And I got loads signed by him at the time. And he commented that he said he hardly ever sees this one. So make of that what you will. Pretty nice condition. Obviously, like all of these, it's got a little bit of, storage dust and wear, which will probably come up, to be honest. And, well, here's the flask. So once again, you can see it's actually got a letter name on it, M. Leadbitter. So it has had some use. And there's the flask in it. But I think that's a pretty scarce item. That's obviously 1983, this one. And released around the time of Jedi, not the Ewoks cartoon. It is definitely dated there on the front, 1983. I think that's a pretty rare item, and it's particularly desirable with the signature on. So there we go, having a little closer look now at all the bits all laid out. As I said, if you do want something, then please just email me. It is first come, first serve. There's a few bits left from the last video, so do check that one out. I'll pop a link to it in the end credits here. Okay, so you can go and have a look at a few bubble bath related items. Not many left, but a few bits still available now. As I said, if you do wish to buy a fair bit, I'm happy to give some discount. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that little look at Star Wars back to school. Certainly some cool items there, and yeah, you might see something you want to add to your collection. I think the lunch boxes are particularly desirable, so get in quick if you want those. Thanks very much for watching today. If you've not done already, do please subscribe to the channel for regular vintage Star Wars content. I'm going to try and do one of these videos roughly once a month, once every maybe 6 weeks or so, depending on how easy it is to get to some of the stuff I've got to sort out. But there's an awful lot still to come, as you might imagine. Thanks very much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.